problem.
You got a good way, a good experience, I guess you could say, in playing the wind Saturday.
Oh,
now,
gosh.
How bad was it to you?
Well,
You can run the situation like in the game, maybe.
thankfully, in the SEC, the stadiums are large enough where the wind doesn't factor in that much.
Right.
But that was really difficult that day. We had it last weekend. 2 weekends ago, I had to play a ball 15 yards right, which is I haven't done that in years. I think we did that as a joke to just like mess around. But in a field goal period, you have to really trust everything. And we had a good day, and then there was a bad day with the wind. But at the same time, you're coming back to your mechanics and trusting everything. So I put a lot of trust in my snapper. I put a lot of trust in Wilson putting the ball down. So at the end of the day, it was just this ball is going to go left, regardless of however you kick it. You just got to trust your mechanics. And that was just a weird day to aim like 10 yards right.
Right. I was behind the goalpost watching you, just kind of line up and aiming how you was aiming.
Gosh, it was so weird because you don't practice that all the time, and you're like, this does not feel right. You're aiming like so far right. You're like, this isn't right. You get back there, it's like this should not go in, and you're like, wow, that ball went 15 yards left, curving in. But no, that was fun though. That was actually pretty fun for all of us to do that.
What's been the biggest adjustment with Coach Boulware coming in now?
Just scheme-wise, so we've been in, you can kind of see over tape that we've done not strictly, but mostly the same thing. And now we're changing everything, and it's little things, but the problem is you're so used to this, what you've been doing for the past 2 to 3 years. And the transition is going to take time. And I say, thank God that we have these 15 days to these 15 practices to get to it, and we can put it on film. Then over the summer, the specialists, we can all get together. This is what we got to do. This is the rep we got to do. Let's make that rep every single rep. And, operationally, we need to be here. The scheme, we're doing this. This is how it's supposed to look, So it's a good thing that we come out here for 15 days to put it on tape so we can look at it right before fall camp. We're not just walking in the fall camp going, okay, well, we have no jump start. We have nothing to go off of. We're kind of learning on the fly. So I'm glad that spring ball gave us a chance to, look into what we got to do.
Do you feel like there's a bigger emphasis now on you're focusing on special teams with Boulware here now? Yeah,
it's a lot different, but Poore treats special teams, just like we're his running backs. The specialists are just like his running backs. We get treated the same, we're looked at the same, and we're going to get the same coaching. He expects us to do this. We're going to get the same, it's not like, oh, it's okay, next right. No, he's going to get mad at you. We need to be perfect here. We need to execute. And that's how a coach is. If he's not on you, then, what are you doing out there? Trying to get better, but I like that. As far as that's about really Boulware. It's just putting that extra pressure on us to let's go, let's execute, let's be perfect. And then on days like scrimmages or games, I feel like it would be like a walk in the park. It's just routine at that point. You go out there, you don't think your body's already in muscle memory to do that.
Feels like you bring some of that running back group energy, maybe.
Yeah.
To special teams that you don't always see so much juice.
Yeah. He does do that. I do like how he makes it like the third part of it's offense, defense, and special teams. He puts a big emphasis on special teams. I love that because when you go out there and you have a kickoff, we can kick a touchback here. That's great. Start on 25. But if we pin him in the 15, inside the 15, our defense gets riled up. They get going. So then the defense gets a big stop. Next thing you know, the offense is starting at the 50. So he's treating special teams, not that third, we got to worry about that later. No, he's treating that third like it's important, the best. If we start good there, then it just triggers our defense to be better. And it makes our offense get better. And it just keeps going and going and going until at one point it's they're just dominating us. There's no chance for a team to come back and win because we just started on the first kickoff for the first return. So that's why I love him he's making a big emphasis on the special teams phase.
Kicking's a three-man operation, and you've been a big part of that operation, but you came here to be the kicker.
Mm-hmm.
And so how important is that to you now? How do you feel about that now?
Yeah.
the mindset.
And I think it's just, I've been here for, it's my 6th year now. My gosh, I'm very old. But, I love it. To play in college football, you have to love it at one point. You can't just wake up and go through the motions. You got to have that sense of urgency and that energy. And at first, I thought it was a job when I first got here. And, I was just like, I got to do this, I got to do this. Now I'm thinking, yeah, I got to do this, but let's have some fun when we do this. Like, let's not treat this like a job. Let's go out there and have some fun. Let's have some passion. It's really awesome now because no matter what, with Wilson, I could hit a bad ball, it goes in. I'm like, man, I didn't hit my best ball there. Doesn't matter. Headbutts, let's go, come on, blah, blah, blah. He brings me that, like, I don't need to dwell. I need to have that passion, that energy to keep coming. But that's what I would say from my first years to now is I'm very mature. I know when to celebrate. I know when to get up with the highs and when to concentrate and focus. And I just say the experience, really. From being a holder, looking at our snapper now, I know what the snapper's thinking. I know his routine. And now as a kicker, I've been there, so I know the routine of what the kicker's thinking, what he's doing. And as the holder, I've done that. I've done that for 2 years. That was awesome. Now, I'm not thinking like a kicker. I'm thinking of everyone else on the line. I'm looking at, all right, our wings are set. All right, ball's down. All right, we're right here, 8 yards, 7.5, tackle over, stuff like that. So now as a kicker, I don't have to think about anything. I'm just like, I know exactly what's going on out here. Just got to focus on what I got to do.
Is that when it works best, when nobody's thinking?
Yeah, I like that. Most of the time you just got to let your mechanics go out there and just do it. When you go out there and overthink it, yeah, there's going to be times where you're like, man, I'm not having a great day. But that's where my experience and, like, the maturity. Like, I've been here before. I've had very bad days. I've had really good days. Doesn't matter. You got to go to the next kick. So if I dwell about that, then there's no point in then attempting that next kick. So I'm always next kick mentality. You hit your best ball, it's a 54-yarder. Whoop-de-doo, that's done. You got to go to the next kick. Your most important kick's the next one. Next important snap is the next snap. Next important hold, next hold. So celebrate when you can, but always focus on the next one. And I think Poore has definitely, in practice and field goal, you make one. Cool, next spot, let's go, let's move. Oh, you missed one. Okay, cool, next spot, let's go. He's always getting that mindset of, I don't care what you did in the past, let's go, let's move, let's execute, let's do this every time, focus on the next ball.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.